Hey fellow Vault wearers, it's Angry Turtle and this is my updated 2023 review of the Fixer, especially because now I can show you extended stats. As I'm recording on the test server, you will be able to see extended weapon stats from next update that dropping early June. And before I will go any further, I usually have this question: why my damage is different than yours on the same weapon? The point is, the damage you see on the weapon card is not the weapon damage, it's the total damage with your build. So your build determines the damage of the weapon, not the weapon itself. So you don't see the base weapon damage, you see the current weapon damage. Now, this fixer that I'm using for this video, that's quad, replenish action points with each kill, 1 agility. Sneaking speed and stealth in shadows, those two are unique effects of the fixer, and armor penetration comes from the receiver, I mean from the magazine, perforating magazine. And yes, I will show you all the stats for all the mods, as you probably cannot wait until June to see them if you are using a fixer. So let me show you all of it. I will not discuss every single receiver, but I will scroll over all of them so you can pause if you want to use any particular. What is worth to mention here, powerful automatic, of course, for commando builds, the best overall damage output. Then we have one more receiver that is worth mentioning from automatic variety, and this one is tweaked automatic receiver in here, as it offers 50% critical damage, which should give you more DPS overall if you crit every other shot than powerful automatic. And those are other receivers. Now we're going for the barrel, and as you can notice, every time you go for the short barrel have much better recoil control. I think the control word is still missing. It's recoil control, so plus is better. More recoil control is better. Then short barrels of any variety offers better VATS accuracy than a long barrel. But the range difference is so big that I'm going with a line long regardless. Then we have a stock options, and in case on this particular fixer, as you can notice, I'm going with a line again, as I'm prioritizing VATS accuracy and damage per shot. I'm not prioritizing AP cost for the reason of this extra 15 action points with each kill that I have on the weapon, and that's my everyday use fixer, not dedicated to boss fights, even though it does well on the boss fights. Now, in case of magazines, perforating magazine, the worst for the AP cost, unfortunately, but the best for damage, 40% armor penetration. Something in between is a piercing magazine, 20% armor penetration, and average AP cost. The best for AP cost is swift and quick. Those are the best options if you are after AP cost. Then yes, I equip my fixer with a long scope for the reason of VATS accuracy. If I would go for the AP cost, so you can see reflex sight, dot or circle offers way better AP cost, but way worse VATS accuracy. So that's the reason for scope. I'm not sniping with this weapon at all. It is VATS weapon, VATS Commando, but I do have scope for VATS accuracy. And then finally, as this is a stealth weapon, I'm using suppressor. Even though other nozzles will offer superior recoil control, like compensator, for example. The best compensator, perfect recoil control and per shot recoil improvement, but we need it to be silent, so suppressor it is. And currently no paint. That's classic fixer, looks good. Now very quickly, this is the build I'm using for this test. It's not anything in particular, but it does contain all the important commando stuff. And now we are testing it on the super mutants. As you can see, accuracy and damage is excellent. The AP consumption with those mods slightly high, but it is nicely compensated by even average AP regen when you just use it for regular enemies. So that's not a problem. And important part, I have good accuracy for the headshots, so this allows me to save some ammo on everyday use case scenario. If I would go for a torso shots, I would have even greater accuracy that I will show you in a moment when we'll be outside, when the distance is of an essence. As you can see here, no problem targeting relatively high accuracy, especially that targeting super mutant heads from behind is not perfect. From front it's easy, but from behind VATS accuracy is usually poor. That's quite a significant penalty. And from front, easy like that, they die quickly. Just for a comparison, the damage difference, if I would be aiming for a torso, we go now for a torso on those super mutants. The accuracy, of course, great improvement, but ammo consumption will be slightly higher. So if you can achieve good accuracy for headshots, you save ammo. That's why I go for that. Now, accuracy out in the open. That's a perfect scenario. We have Scourge far away, so you can see the changes to the accuracy when they are outside of the weapon range. And weapon range is, I will show you, it's this stat on the weapon. Range 174. When enemies farther than that, you can still shoot enemy, you can still target enemy in VATS, but your accuracy will be super poor. It's very drastic drop of accuracy where you see, like, when she's flying outside of the range, it's dropping so fast. When they enter range, it's instantly, almost instantly 95, even for the head. You can see that's outside of the range, and when they approach, the accuracy goes up really quickly. And now I'm detected. Let me try to use my escape artist card, and it fails me, which is not good. Please don't fail me. Okay, we are back. Now, with this increased AP cost, I'm struggling to kill a Scourge Beast. As you see, I ran out of AP, so I do recommend low AP cost weapon if you intend to fight tough creatures like a Scourge Beast. As with this weapon, I will struggle in this department. It is perfect if I want to hit regular mobs. If I would like to hit Scourge Beast, especially legendary one, that will be slightly low. For the Scourge though, the amount of regeneration I have with each kill, that's perfect. I don't need more than that. So Fixer, it is an amazing all-around Commando weapon. You cannot complain. You cannot really get much better than a Fixer. If you have one, you are basically set. If you have two, you can spec one for use case versus tough enemies and cheap VATS, and you can spec other one for a good VATS accuracy and damage, like this one. This one is for VATS accuracy, so on everyday use case I will not waste ammo, as I can go for the headshots and I will hit from relatively high distance. And that is the Fixer for you, 2023. Going strong. There is not much better. There are different weapons in different categories. For the Stealth Commando, it's still number one. There is no more powerful Stealth Commando weapon, especially Quad. You have Quad that compensates greatly for mag capacity, and it's a boss killer and everyday weapon. I do recommend Quad. If you can get better effects than I have, what would be recommended, it will be Quad, then VATS accuracy, or critical damage, or explosive, and on the third star it will be less AP cost. But even if you don't have it, you are able to see how you can use mods to drop it down. The lowest possible with this Fixer will be 5 AP per shot. So 1/3 of what I'm using here. It can be 3 times as cheap just by changing the modifications. And this is everything I wanted to share with this video. Thank you a lot for watching. Please drop your comments and see you in the next one.